Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Dainese Druids ST gauntlet, available at RevZilla.com. So new in the line, as a replacement for the original Druids, we see the new Druids ST for 2013. Handful of upgrades throughout the line, but the big key feature, it's now CE certified to the European standards. So there's some additional reinforcement to this glove that the actual untrained naked eye, without deconstructing it, can't see. So what that means to you is it's a beefier glove as a whole. Now, it's still going to fall on the line as the big brother of something like the Carbon Cover ST, and from here you go to a Full Metal RS, which is a different flavor in and of itself. But where I position the Druids is a really track star, road ready, track ready race glove, full gauntlet in its construction, 4 colors available, and it does a lot of the things that you see the DNA as foundational elements for the top end, like the Pro Metal gloves, some of the Rossi replica gloves. You see some of that similar functionality make its way down to the Druids. You can see that as I rotate it around. Now, what I'm going to do really quickly is call out some of the key features besides the CE rating for 2013, and we'll walk through the entire glove. Now, quickly, you're going to notice new style cuff construction, bigger area of coverage in the dense foam, and that's going to be ulna protection that wraps its way all the way around. As you work your way up to the fingers, notice too that on your control fingers on both hands, they're going to have a different scheme of elastication for better flexibility on both. That's a nice upgrade for this year. The other big story as I rotate it over is that the thumb is completely changed. The ergonomics of the thumb and the palm are slightly different, the way it's cut. There's a lack of seams now that go across your little and ring finger, but the back to the thumb, you're going to notice elastication, areas of foam, microelastication, which adds stretch without weakening the leather. And you're going to see that coming down to the ball of the thumb towards the middle of the hand as well. And again, that ties in with creating a little bit of a raise there to protect that scaphoid, and that ties into that external TPU that wraps all the way around the lateral side of the hand. Now, quick note on sizing. This is the red-black version, and I am wearing a size large. Dainese in recent times has begun to fit a bit more American, so I'm going to fit in line with what I would wear from something like a First Gear or an Icon. Keep that in mind. Still an XL in Alpine Stars, and we ship for free, so don't worry if you're not sure about the sizing. Now, a quick note, as I start to kind of rotate it around and work my way back from this cuff on up, leave us your comments, your questions, your feedback. Subscribe to us on YouTube. I'd love to hear your gut reaction, especially if you're wearing a set of Druids. Now, we've talked about the leather and cowhide cuff. Remember, Kevlar stitching throughout. Moving to the back of the hand, coated carbon fiber. You have a rubberized feel with the Dainese logo across the knuckle. Notice they've spent a lot of time on the design of this glove, and it's seated within an area of foam. I'm a big fan of this. It's actually very soft, very supple leather. Moving into the fingers, we talked about the extra area of elastication for this year. You're going to see the TPRs that have a carbon fiber style to them done on the mid digits here on your fingers, and then moving to the DCP here on the outside of the little finger. This is a distortion control process. This is to guard against low side crashes. Keep that finger in place, keep it from getting broken or dislocated in a very common form of crash. Moving back to the thumb, we talked about it. We talked about the value of the microelastication. We talked about the new additions, Amica suede on the inside of the control area. That's going to aid in the grip factor. And then now on the Druids, and actually I left this off earlier, the previous versions of the Druids didn't have what I call a Dainese tickler, but really what it is this bristle rubberized piece that's going to add an additional area of grip for your controls. And you'll see that on both hands. Pre-curve in the fingers, the seams have changed. It's a better construction for this year. And then moving to the outside of the little finger, notice this big wrap of leather that comes around. Again, dual layer in its construction, double stitched. Moving down the outside of the finger, interfacing with the DCP, and notice it's one big panel of leather that covers this entire seam up and ties in nicely with the outside or this lateral end palm slider that's done in TPU that's going to hold up, especially in that low side crash scenario. Flap over the wrist adjuster, and that dials us right back down into our single cuff with an area of extended micro foam or extended dense foam that's going to come down here along the inside of the hand. Again, the Druids ST is going to share a lot of the DNA with the even higher end Dainese race gloves, but it really depends on your level of investment that you want to make and the type of riding that you do. Remember, this is meant to be a race and track use gloves, but obviously can be stretched into any kind of spirited sport riding off the bike or off the track rather in those types of scenarios. The next step in your journey is to click right here and read customer reviews of the Druids Druids ST. And remember, there's the SST, which is that short cuff version they're doing now as well. You want to see that at RevZilla.com. You don't have to take my word for it. Remember, we ship for free, and as always, you can give a Gear Geek a shout. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown of the new Dainese Druids ST Gauntlet. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.